Hi, all of you. How are you today? ¿Cómo estás, Damary Bonilla Rodríguez?
Oh, I'm good. Considering the crisis, I can't complain. I feel blessed.
Okay. This is Cristina Luna with you, amigos, Café con Cristina, and this is Damaris Bonilla Rodríguez. We've done this interview in Spanish for our Spanish-speaking audience, and now in English because we embrace everybody, right?
Yes. We want everybody to have access to the information.
And we know that you are Damaris Bonilla. You are on the school board director of East Stroudsburg and a member of GACLA. What does GACLA stand for?
GACLA is the Governor's Advisory Commission on Latino Affairs for Governor Tom Wolf. There are commissioners throughout Pennsylvania to help the governor understand what are the issues that the Latino community is facing and serve as a liaison between the governor and the Latino community across Pennsylvania.
And what are the liaisons, the things that the governor understands or the people should understand with this coronavirus crisis that we have actually?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. The commissioners are in contact every day. We are working to ensure that the information that is available in English is translated into Spanish so that the Spanish speaking community, the Latino community, has access to the same resources. Also, to make sure that the translations are accurate so that the information is well received, and making sure that we are letting the governor and his office know the issues that we're facing in our communities. I have received calls from community members about price gouging, where businesses raise their prices in the time of crisis. That is illegal. It's also just not good practice, right? In a moment where we need to be supporting each other. I have received requests from people that are having issues with businesses like daycare centers who are not providing the service but are still charging. And so just trying to help them navigate some of those issues. We want to help our small businesses. We also want to help our families who are not working and don't have an income at this time. So just being able to support communication and provide resources is a big thing right now.
But Damaris, where can people find information? Let's say that I go to a supermarket and suddenly the prices have risen in things that are essential products. What do I do?
Information I've shared on social media, but I'm going to be sharing more information with you, Christina, so we can share it on social media and online for people to have the phone number where they should call. But it is our Attorney General's office that they should be contacting the office, and there is a phone number for that, for the price gouging situation.
And what about daycares or private schools? Should they be charging our students or not in these days of crisis? Or it
So
depends on their own criteria?
it is. It depends on the policy for the location. I mean, from a humanitarian perspective, we think you should not be charging if somebody is not working and not able to pay and you're not providing a service. We do understand that it's a small business and they need to survive, but there are resources in place for small businesses at the state level and at the federal level. There is legislation that Pennsylvania is working on right now to figure out what the numbers look like to support small businesses. But there is information to help small businesses with loans and with finances that's coming from the state and the federal level.
What is the governor and also the country, the government doing for to help people that are not being able to work to bring an income as they do or have lost their jobs because of this?
Yeah, that's the biggest question for everybody. And so the Senate, the Congress, and the president were working on the stimulus package. They were negotiating back and forth. They came to an agreement. And there's not anything that you have to do once everything is finalized. They're going to be sending money to families that qualify based on the figures that were submitted for the taxes last year. That is going to be welcome help that people need. But then in addition, there are regulations that change for opportunity to apply for unemployment. So you don't have to wait as long as you've had to wait in the past. There's opportunity to apply. Here in Pennsylvania, there is a line to get help with SNAP, the food stamps, Medicaid, and other government services. You can call 1-800-692-7462. That's information that I'm going to be sharing with you that we can put online as well.
We will be sharing this information on social media, and please share it with those that don't have social media, And,
Yes.
and what are the latest news that the government has, the governor of Pennsylvania has provided about this virus? What are the
Well,
latest recommendations or mandates or rules? Because
yeah,
we are sometimes
interesting.
confused between recommendations. No, this is recommended. It's not
And
mandatory.
what you must
What
do.
is recommended and what is
Yes,
mandatory?
correct.
As for
So
today, that we are on March 27th. So this will be airing, this interview will be sharing on Sunday, this Sunday, and they might have been changes. So just look for the Government of Pennsylvania website, right? To see if
yes, the
there are any
best
changes.
recommendation is exactly that, is to continue to look online. A couple of things I'll say. So one, you should definitely continue to look at the governor's website and government pages for the most accurate information. Do not allow yourself to be oversaturated by information from the news and other mediums, because it'll cause panic. That's
Mhm.
another thing that we'll touch on in a little bit. But in terms of information, Cristina, the information is changing so quickly. Between the time that we recorded the Spanish interview and right now, which has not been so long, there is a new, there are 9 new counties that were added to the governor's stay-at-home order. So we went from we had 8 counties, 11 counties. Now we have 19 counties that are under a stay-at-home order from the governor. So the recommendation at the federal and really across the world, global, is to stay home, right? We know that you're most protected and safest when you're home, because you can be exposed to people that are either infected or that are carriers that may not even have symptoms but are carrying the virus. Something else that we know is that packages, this has been shared now more recently, packages can also carry it. Cardboard, it only stays on for 24 hours. Plastic, it can stay on longer. So just being home gives you less of a chance to be exposed and for you to expose someone else if you're a carrier and don't even know it. The stay-at-home order is more of an enforcement. So like you said, there's this recommendation. The stay-at-home orders are ways to enforce for people not to come out after 8 o'clock at night, to only come out if you have a life-sustaining issue, if you need to pick up medication, if you have to see a doctor, if you need food. But you can go out in public, just not in groups. So we were talking about not even going on the deck, because I've been working so much, right? I'm blessed that I can work during this time, but that means I have a lot of work. But we should take time to enjoy fresh air. Here in the Poconos, we live in nature. It's beautiful. Go for a walk. Just don't go for a walk with other people. Take your kids, take your pet, take some time to enjoy nature, but follow the recommendations to stay away from people, which we know is hard because we crave that human contact. But take opportunities to go on the internet, to connect with people virtually, Zoom, like we're doing right now, phone calls, text messages, and still be able to connect with people so you don't panic and lose your sanity.
Yeah, I know. I don't have time for anything now. I'm all the time in Zoom or on the phone or checking with somebody. I'm more busy than I was before. I thought I would
Yes,
have more time, but I really don't.
that's correct. I say some of us are not on vacation. For some people, it's great. It's a reset. They're not able to work, which is tough. But then again, it also gives them quiet time that we would, I mean, under circumstances, would love to have. But for those of us that are able to work virtually, we do have to navigate that carefully because we're working so many hours. And so I've had to know when to stop and take a break. And even my boss, who's been great, and my company has been great about reminding me to take that break. And there are a couple of tips. If you need help, ask for help. If you need somebody to talk to, reach out to people, talk to somebody. Practice what we talk about as self-care. Make sure that you take the time for fresh air, or to listen to music, or to watch something that takes you away from the reality of the stress, right? Read only things that are reliable sources, because if you watch too much or listen to too much and it's not good information, it can make you freak out and it can make you panic. And so here at home, we're saying faith over fear, how not to panic, how to stay calm.
I like that.
And if
Faith or fear.
yeah, and if you can, try to maintain a routine. So if you have dinner every day at 6 o'clock, try to have dinner every day at 6 o'clock so you can have a little bit of normal. We joked in the Spanish interview about not being able to get our hair done and our nails done and some of that pampering, right? But for women like you and I that work so hard to represent our community and to bring resources, that pampering is what helps us take care of ourselves to be able to deal with the stress. And so not having that means that we need to do other things. Like I said, listen to music, watch TV, just do something to give yourself a chance to disconnect from the reality and the stress.
Yeah, Damaris, now health-wise, I posted a video with the specialist of uh,
Yes,
infectious diseases here in the Poconos, Dr.
yes.
Gandatra. It's on our YouTube video. He is very clear about the virus, what to do, how to keep your hygiene,
Great
what to
interview.
do
Yeah.
if you have symptoms, okay?
Yes.
So please check it out. And remember, if you want to subscribe to our channel, you will get more interviews, more information, and testimonials, because we want to
Yes.
share what people are going through around the world and what inspires them and how they feel, so we can all have compassion and solidarity with each other, right? In any way,
Yes, I want to share something with you, Christina. First of all, I love that you're doing that because it's an opportunity for people, as you said, to show their compassion, but also to stay connected and to know that this is not just happening in your house or your community or your state, but or our country, right? But it's global, it's across the world. And I love that you are a voice for our community in that way. I do want to share that if you have those symptoms, that you can call the Pennsylvania Health phone number 1-877-724-3258 and press number 2 so that if you don't have access to medical care and you don't have a doctor, you should definitely call that phone number and get some help and some support.
what can we do now? What can we do with people that don't have any papers?
Uh, it's always an important topic when we talk about the immigrant population because they already feel disenfranchised. They already are fearful. And with everything that's been happening with ICE over the past 2 years, we know that people do not go to the doctor, do not go out and get services that relate to the government. But this is a critical time. This is a time where we need to be humanitarians, where we need to be concerned about other humans before we're concerned about their citizenship status. And so the medical testing that I talked about, the resources that are available are not just for citizens, they're for everybody. That does not help a person that is fearful. So if there is somebody that you trust, call them and let them help you navigate. I've offered myself if I can help somebody navigate or get information to resources because they trust me and they don't trust calling a government office, I'm happy to do that. And that's a way that you can help, I can help, so that people can call us if they trust us and we can help get them the information and the resources a little bit easier and just put them at ease that this is not about your citizenship status. We want you to get help. We want you to get tested and we want you to be safe and well.
Thank you. What other services is the community providing, the community-wise to our people? Free
Yeah.
services that they were not offering before.
Well, a lot of the churches and community organizations have always been supports in our community, but those are places where you can get access to resources. Food pantries are providing food. They're being creative about how they do it. So there's a lot of what's called drive-bys, and you just pick it up and keep going. But on two ends. One, if you need the services, definitely look for those services. And on the other end, those of us who can help, let's be able, let's be of service to the community by helping with money or supporting our small businesses. And I know we'll talk about that. But also here in East Stroudsburg and all of the school districts across the country that have this funding are providing meals for kids. They're providing lunch to kids in their community. You just have to go online or call the administrative offices for your school district, wherever you are, and find out what time and location you can drive by and pick up food. In the East Stroudsburg area school district, we're also providing school bus drop-off locations. So wherever your kids are dropped off and picked up with the school bus, you can pick up their food there. If you're a member of the community and you have opportunity to help, you can go to the bus stops or to the locations and pick up food, say for 10 kids. You'll pick up lunch for today and breakfast for tomorrow, and you can deliver those meals to families that you know cannot get to the bus stops, cannot get to the schools, because we still have people in our community that are working and their kids, are not able to get there. So those are other ways that we can help.
How can we help? How can we get the information if we are available? Because being in quarantine doesn't mean that you have just are in quarantine completely and we cannot help others, right?
Exactly. So if you're able to help, I have had members of the community reach out to me and I've put them in touch with our administration. And so if there's a school bus stop near you in the East Stroudsburg Area School District, or if there's a school that's open near you that's providing meals, you can pick those up and drop them off and do no contact. So you can put the food at the door for people that need it and keep going. You don't have to touch them, they don't have to touch you, but you can get the food to them. That's one way that we can help. Another way to sign up for help, there's a Pennsylvania-wide opportunity to sign up for help. And so you can call 877-771-0911, and they will put you in touch with volunteer opportunities to help.
Okay. Is there a flyer about that too that we can share with people?
Yes, and I'm going to send you all of these flyers so we can make sure that people have access. As you said, if somebody doesn't have social media, what I do with friends that don't have social media is I text it to them or I call them and tell them about it, because we want everybody to have access to the information.
Damaris, thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias. And I want to be a volunteer. I have a school bus near me. So please contact me
Perfect.
privately
Yes.
and let's
Yes.
get going. We should all be
Yes.
part of this. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you. And don't forget to support your small businesses. You can order to go, even if you can't eat there. And we are also providing some information for small businesses to be able to apply for loans and government support that's coming out in the coming days. So thank you, Christina, for the opportunity and for your leadership.
Thank you, Damaris. And if there's anybody else or there's update information that we can provide, let's go on screen again, right?
Yes. Yes,
and share with the
absolutely.
community. And
Yes.
if you like this video, if you want to get more information in English or in Spanish, please subscribe and just click on the bell next to it so you can get the alarms that when we are sending you more videos in Café con Cristina. Les quiero, les amo, be careful, take care. And this is an opportunity to rediscover ourselves and be better people and help each other, because staying at home and washing our hands are the best weapon we have to overcome this crisis, right?
Yeah. Gracias, Cristina. Thank
Gracias a
you.
ti, Damaris. Bye.
Bye.
Adiós, amigos.